Welcome to Episode 2 of Lesser Dragon Highlander on Mana for Dragons. Up first, the partners Trynn and Silvar, followed by Kalamax, then Gavi, and Kathril.
Welcome, willkommen.
Okay, so Commander 2020 Precons without mutate. So that's the one not represented.
I am playing the Mardu partner commanders, Trynn, Champion of the Freedom, and Silvar, Devourer of the Free.
Excellent.
Spot the extra that I added into one of the titles.
Yeah. I'll be playing Kalamax the Stormsire. Lots of instants. Not much else, I don't think.
There's a few sorceries.
Okay.
Couple that probably shouldn't be in there.
Yeah, so I'll be playing the Jeskai cycling. So expect me to be cycling lots of cards.
Oh, okay.
And I have the Kathril aspect of Warper, Abzan. When it enters the battlefield, put a flying counter on target creature. Oh, any creature you control. If a creature in your graveyard has flying, repeat this process for first strike, double strike, death touch, hexproof, indestructible, lifelink, menace, reach, trample, and vigilance. Then put a 1/1 counter on Kathril for each counter put on a creature this way.
Welcome to Wordmander.
All right, should we roll 2d20s?
Yes.
Tradition dictates that we should.
Excellent.
Humphrey's fancy roll Ikoria D20
Ooh, nice.
and roll poorly.
29.
9.
23.
13.
Excellent.
Okay, James, Grant, Mark, Mike is the turn order. +1 mana for dragons.
Best of luck, gentlemen.
Indeed. May all of us have good luck and fortune and whatnot.
Yeah, I need to keep my smiley face emoji. That's my thing. There we go.
That's what we'll flash to at any point where we need to cut something out with the edit.
Nice. I believe that makes me up, so I will draw for turn. Playing this hideaway land I just drew, Mosswort Bridge. So enters tapped, I look at the top 4, exile 1 underneath, put the rest in the bottom of my library, and I can green and tap to play it without paying its mana cost if I control creatures with a total power of 10 or greater. That will be my turn.
I've drawn.
Mm-hmm.
I shall play Nomad Outpost. It comes in tapped. It taps for any of the Mardu colours. That's it. Go.
I will then play this Forest and pass the turn.
Cool. I'll draw. And best punny magic, Mountain Pass.
Hey. Untap and draw. I will play a Rupture Spire. Enters tapped, and I have to sacrifice it unless I pay 1, which I will. Taps for any color. That's my turn.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Planes. Go.
Draw. I will then play this Myriad Landscape, tapped, and pass the turn.
Here you go. Draw. I will play an Ash Barrens. Say go.
Okay. Untap and draw. I like that pun. I'm going to go with Mountain Pass. Heard that, motorbiker.
Yeah. It's probably the same one. What he's doing laps. Knight of the White Orchid.
Oh,
A knight With first strike, he's 2/2. When he enters the battlefield, if an opponent controls more lands than you, you may search your library for a plains card, put it onto the library, and shuffle your library. I will do that, but to save time, hopefully for the edit, I will also play this Exotic Orchard and pass while that is resolving. Not how Magic properly works, but for the purpose of the edit.
Don't pay too much attention to the camera. Just play the game.
Untap, draw. Satir Wayfinder enters the battlefield with the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them into your hand, the rest into your graveyard. Unbreakable Bond. Solemn Recruit. Swamp. And Nikar Lair Scavenger. Which I have a feeling I'd probably want most of them in my hand and not in the graveyard, but never mind. I pick up the Swamp.
Do any of them have any keywords, the graveyard?
They do. I have one's a partner. It has Menace.
Menace.
The Recruit has Double Strike.
Mm-hmm.
And Unbreakable Bond is get something out of the graveyard. So back to this. I will then play the Swamp and then pass the turn.
Okay. I'll draw. That's unfortunate. I will play a Temple of the False God, even though I can't activate it. I know, right? This is great. Don't really want to cycle that away. I'll pass.
Yeah, I've heard somewhere that's a dodgy card.
Did you not basic land cycle that land that has basic land cycling?
I did not.
Interesting choice.
It is an interesting choice. I'd like to remind you, it's the first time I played the deck.
I'm going to play a Mossfire Valley. It's a signet land or whatever. And then I will tap 4 using the Rupture Spire for my blue to cast my commander. Kalamax, the Stormsire. That's the end of my turn.
Okay, untap. Okay. Draw. Mountain. Tap that for black, tap that for red, tap that for white, tap those for anything. We'll play one of the commanders, Silvar. He has Menace, he's 4/2. I can sack a humans, put a +1/+1 counter on him. It gains indestructible until end of turn when I do. Mark, I think, has only got a 1/1.
I do, only have a 1/1.
Mike has nothing.
Yes. This is correct.
What's that, you two? It was Mark, wasn't it?
Yes, it goes me, then Mike.
Right, okay, I'm going to swing it. Mark for 2.
I will block with my 1/1 that he's done his job already.
Okay, sure. Then I shall pass.
Cool. Then I will untap, draw, tap for 3, and play Commander's Sphere. And then I will play a Golgari Rock Farm, bouncing this Swamp to my hand, leaving me with 7 cards in hand and passing a turn.
Oh, I won't be bothering untapping anything. This feels bad. I'll pay 2 to cycle the Ralgreen Crystal card. Oh, pass.
Oh my.
I know, this is not a good showing.
Well, some YouTube content has to show people getting mana screwed and just not doing anything.
Hi.
You're willing to do what?
Yeah, and all the contact will involve Mike.
Yeah.
It's not even like I'm cursed with opulence this time. I mean,
Not yet.
yeah, I passed if you hadn't gathered.
Okay, yeah, I untapped and have drawn. Grant, how big is your partner commander guy?
4/2.
And he can get indestructible by doing what?
Sacking a human.
I don't think I want that to happen to me as a blocker, potentially. Okay, so I will... I'll also go down the line. So I'm skipping Grant because he's a good blocker, and I'm going for Mark for 4.
I take 4
And
down
then,
to...
well, so response to no blocks, because this is the all instance all the time deck.
Okay.
I'm going to tap 4 for double red and 2 for Commune with Lava. It's an instant, exile the top X cards of your library until the end of my next turn. I can play those cards.
Okay.
So I will, X is 2, so I will copy that, which gives a counter to Kalamax. So he'll be a 5/5.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will do 2 cards exiled. I've got my snake friend, Xerxes the Writhing Storm, and the Eon Frolicker Otter Elemental. One's a 5 mana, one's a 4 mana. I suppose I'll explain them more if I cast them, if that matters. And then I will also exile 2 more. Slice in Twain, 4 mana, and a land. So
You may play them cards or you may cast them cards.
it says play.
Oh,
So lands are included.
What was that last card you exiled? I'm not quite familiar with those.
Mountain.
Oh, those, yeah.
So yeah, it'll end up being 5 damage, Mark.
5. So I have now gone to 35.
And second main, I will be playing this mountain.
Commander damage as well, isn't it?
It is. And that will be the end of my turn.
Untap. Upkeep draw. Swamp. Does anyone have lands that can produce white?
White is
yes.
not a colour, is it?
Mine's a mana of
yes.
any color, Rupture Spire.
Okay, sure. So exotic or do whatever it wants.
Yep. You're welcome.
No problem, thank you. Let's go red, white, black for Kelsine or Kelsheen. Kelsian, the Plague. Vigilance, haste, 2/2, human assassin. He gets +1/+1 for each experience counter I have. I can tap him to deal 1 damage to target creature I don't control. When that creature dies this turn, I get an experience counter. And then I think I'm just going to go for a Banisher Priest. When Banisher Priest enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls until Banisher Priest leaves the battlefield. So I'm probably going to poke the big elemental dinosaur there. See what
I will respond. Since I control my commander, I can play Deflecting Swat without paying its mana cost.
Mm-hmm.
And it says you may choose new targets for target spell or ability.
Okay. It's relevant that it says creature an opponent controls, so it still has to be one of my opponents to be a legal target.
Are we sure about that?
You don't gain control of the ability, so
Read it again.
If it says gain control of the ability or copy the ability, then you would gain control of it, and you would be able to cast it on one of your opponents.
Mm-hmm.
But as it is, you're choosing new legal targets for my ability, so it still has to be one of my opponents that controls the creature.
Okay, then I suppose I'm not doing that because you have no other opponent's creatures.
Oh, didn't even spot that. Yeah, probably don't do that then.
Yeah. So, yep, it will, what is it, until that thing leaves the battlefield?
Yeah.
And what is its stats?
It's a 2/2 human cleric.
Okay, I will let that be exiled underneath your guy.
Oh, okay. Dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably do some attacking, seeing as I'm the only one with a board state.
No.
I can't attack the Banisher Priest because it's new and doesn't have haste. We'll send 4 at Mike, and we'll send 4 at James because I've already attacked Mark once. So that is the 4/2 at Mike and 2 2/2s at James.
I will be taking 4.
Yeah, take 4, puts you on 36.
And then I shall pass.
Cool. I will untap. Draw. I will play this swamp. I will tap for 5 and play Karain Wanderer. It's a shapeshifter, so changeling. This card is every creature type. As long as a creature card with flying is in your graveyard, he gets flying. The same is true for fear, first strike, double strike, death touch, haste, land walk, lifelink, protection, reach, trample, shroud, and vigilance. So, at the moment, he has menace. Wait there, menace isn't one of the ones on his list.
No, Menace isn't on the card.
No, so it's not menace. Oh, he hasn't got one there, but he has got double strike.
And what are his
Strange.
stats?
He's a 4/4 double striker now.
Okay.
Strange he hasn't got menace on there. That's an unusual
This
one.
wasn't the keyword when it was printed.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. So, that is my turn. I will now pass it.
Okay. Untap some lands. Draw a card. Yes. I'm going to play Erotic Orchard
Excellent.
because Grant mispronounced it first time.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, please, come on. And then I'm going to
Check again. That's clearly an R.
Yeah, that's where the forbidden friendship happens. Remember?
exactly. Not the cathartic reunion. And I'm going to pay 2 to cycle reconnaissance mission. Draw a card. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. And that, I'm afraid, will be my turn. But one step closer to doing some things.
Hey, you got to land that turn. That's a thing.
It is. And I have cycled some cards, which is the intention of the deck, I believe.
Doing all
Untapped and have drawn. I will play a forest for turn. And I will then go with that for an extra, or yeah, 3, 4, and 5 to play Zixris, the Writhing Storm, 3/5 legendary Snake Leviathan with flying. Whenever an opponent draws a card except for the first one they draw on each of their draw steps, create a 1/1 green snake creature token. And whenever it deals combat damage to a player, me and that player draw that many cards. So get excited for some card draw. I'm going to let these just stay in exile, and then I'll pass the turn.
at which point I shall untap and promptly realise that I will have already angered the one member of the YouTube audience that's watching because I tapped a vigilance creature last turn to attack. Then I'll draw.
I'm sure Adam will be kind to you.
Battlefield Forge being the Boros Painland.
Mm-hmm.
This or tap 4 red or white, but deal 1 damage to yourself. Puts me on 7 mana, so I can afford to do stuff pre-combat because that's how you play Magic correctly. It's definitely not, but it's what I'm doing. I'm going to play a Bastion of Remembrance, which is 2 and a black for an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, creates a 1/1 human soldier. There's one. Lovely. Whenever a creature I control dies, each opponent loses 1 life, and I gain 1 life. I will go to combat. Yeah, let's just continue being mean. I'll send 4 at Mike and the 4/2 menace creature at James because it has menace.
Indeed. Yeah, I'll be taking 4.
Yeah, puts me on 32.
Okay, post-combat, I shall play my other commander, Trynn, Champion of Freedom. At the beginning of my end step, if I attacked this turn, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. I'll then move to my end step and create a 1/1 white human creature soldier token creature. Magic. And then pass.
Untap. Draw. Krosan Verge comes in tapped. It's a land that taps for colourless. I can pay 2 and sacrifice it. I can search my library for a forest and a plains card. Put them onto the battlefield tapped and shuffle your library. Doesn't say basic, which is good, I guess. Okay. I think I will play my commander. Black, green, yeah, pay white with this. I will get my commander out. As it enters the battlefield, I can put a flying counter on any creature you control, if this creature card in your has flying. So, no, nothing with flying. So I'll go through them all. Menace, I can put Menace on a creature I can control. I will put Menace on this changeling. Now has Menace.
Nice.
I can put a double strike on something. Is there a double strike? It's not a double strike token.
There should be. There's like 2 packs of tokens with it.
I think they're double-sided tokens.
I was using my tokens, so...
Okay. Yeah, use the ones from the kit.
Indestructibles in the back, but they're thinner than the ones you get in the booster packs.
C+.
So we repeat this process first, blah blah blah. Then put a 1/1 counter on him for each counter put on a creature this way. So he gets 2 1/1 counters, which I'm going to represent using a dice. So he's now a 5/5 with double strike. Pass a turn.
Thank you. I'll untap all of the lands. Tap 2 for a Boros Signet. Yeah, and then I'm going to pass again, I'm afraid. Sorry, guys.
I will untap and draw. Mike, would you like
Hello.
to probably draw some cards and help you get back into some things?
Yes, please.
Okay. I will go to combat and send a 3/5 flyer at you.
I will not block, surprisingly.
Okay, and then we will each draw 3 cards, and then I will make 3 snakes because you drew 3 cards not in your draw step.
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome. And I will also be using a dice to, well, actually, I'll be representing the number of snakes. Okay, I'm going to play a forest as my land for turn. And at this point, I'm going to discard to hand size. 1, 2, 3.
Well, in response to you moving to your end step,
Yeah.
I shall tap Calcium and destroy one of your snakes.
Okay, I will respond to that. I will play Starstorm. It's an instant that deals X damage to each creature. I'm going to go with 2, 3, 4. Let me think about that. Yes. I will go with X equals to 4.
Cool. Any responses? No?
Yes.
Yep.
Flawless maneuver. Play it for
Oh.
free. My creatures are indestructible until end of turn.
That is unfortunate.
I lost.
Yeah, I was hoping to
the,
use it.
Wanderer.
Face.
My snakes technically die before your guy hits it.
They do.
Yeah.
I don't get an experience counter. It is a shame.
Well, that is not what I wanted to happen.
I can imagine.
Okay, so yeah, now I have only 9 cards in hand.
Slight overreaction to the possibility of an experience counter, I feel.
I was going to that wipe anyway, and I thought that was a good time for it while that guy couldn't kill Zixris with the extra damage if I did 4.
Okay, sure.
So I got rid of the Gigantotherm and the random blocking otter thing.
then draw a card. Unclaimed territory, naming humans. I'm just going to do the things, and we'll work out after I've done it whether everyone's dead. That is Adriana, Captain of the Guard. She has melee. Other creatures I control have melee.
What does melee do?
Melee is whenever this creature attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each opponent you attacked with a creature this turn, this combat.
Ah.
And then I shall spend 3 more for Shared Animosity. Whenever a creature I control attacks, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn for each other creature attacking that shares a creature type with it. It's gonna be a lot of damage.
I think that's the idea.
It's probably not enough to kill everybody. James, what are you on, 30 something?
2, yes.
And Mark is on 38, I think?
35.
35, okay. Mike hasn't actually done anything apart from a mana box, so if I can kill 2 of you, it's not going to be Mike.
Oh, it's very general.
So, Shared Animosity is going to be giving +5/+0 to each human that attacks, assuming all the humans apart from Adriana attack. They will also get +2 at least if I don't attack Mike at all. Apart from, of course, Silvar is only going to get +2, so that's going to be a 6.
Is +2/+2 or just +2?
+2/+2.
Okay.
But the +5 is a +5/+0, and that will not go to Silvar. But nobody has any blockers at the moment, do they?
I have 1.
Oh, really? Okay.
He did 4 damage earlier, didn't he, to wipe the board?
Yeah, not enough to kill your commander.
Yeah.
Slight miscalculation there. Now, history tells me James is quite tricky if you leave him alive. So I'll start hunting with James.
I am playing a Precon, though.
You've got a green mana untapped, which is already enough to be potentially tricky. Right, so if I attack you with the Banshee Priest, we'll not tap it yet because I'm not sure 100% this is what I'm doing. That would be 9, assuming everything else attacks. 9 to 1 elf is another 9, so that would be 18. And Trynn would be another 10, so that would be 28. Still not enough. There's nowhere even close. And that one there would be another 9, which would be 37, which would be slight overkill. So, it's probably the way we'd have to do it, though. So then we'd potentially just send everything else at Mark. No, I'll send 1/1/1 at Mike, which will get pumped to stupid numbers, but it's just going to give an extra couple of points on the ones that are attacking Mark. Those 4 at James, those 2 at Mark, that 1 at Mike. So let's confirm numbers here. That's 2. It gets an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an extra 2, an extra 3 even because of Adriana, because I'm attacking everyone. So 2 + 5 + 3 is 10. Another 10, that's 20. Another 11, that's 31. This is kind of overkill because that is another 9 on top of that. So that's 40 at James. 9 at Mike. That doesn't get anywhere near as much of a buff. That is 7 with Menace at Mark. And this is 9 at Mark with Vigilance and Haste.
You're 9/9, is it? Or 9 what?
It's a 9/4.
Okay. I block your 9/4.
Yeah. I'll tap him to deal 1 extra damage to it. It will make no difference, but it will give me an experience counter, and that will make me feel good inside.
Okay.
Apart from that, did things resolve?
I will take my free
40?
commander card that didn't do anything and yours that saved you to my grave and be very sad. I'm dead.
Okay. So Mike took 9.
Yeah.
Mark took
7.
7. Kelsian dies. Bastion of Remembrance triggers exactly once, gaining me 1 life and draining 1 from both of you. And then I shall remember that that's actually tapped and pass the turn.
One tap.
So I make a soldier in my own step. I forgot to do that.
One flay swamp. I will then tap for 3 for Vampire Nighthawk. It's a flying Death Touch lifelink.
Yep.
And then pay 4 for Yannick, Scavenging Sentinel. Legendary creature, Hyena Beast. It's a partner with the guy in the graveyard. Has Vigilance. It's a 3/3. When he enters the battlefield, exile another target creature you control until it leaves the battlefield. When you do, distribute X +1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures where X is the exiled creature's power. So I'm exile my commander. His power is 5. So I'm just going to put him underneath there for the time being. So I get to distribute 5 counters. I will then put 3 on here. And 2 on here. And pass the turn.
I'll tap some land. Draw some cards. Tap the Exotic Orchard. Play a Soul Ring.
The ramp is real.
I know, right? Is it though?
Might be a tad late unless you can board wipe this turn.
No, I can't do anything really. We'll tap that to tap the Boros Signet. Red, white, red, and the Soul Ring for 2 to play Spellpire Phoenix. It's a 4/2 flyer. It enters the battlefield and may return target instant or sorcery card with cycling from my graveyard to my hand. But that's not going to happen. And each end step, if I cycle 2 or more cards, I can return it from my graveyard to my hand. Discard to hand size.
Mark, can you remind me what the new card you just played was?
Oh yes. They're 40/40 indestructible. They are. It's a 5/5 vigilance guy,
Right.
and a 5/6 flying death touch lifelink vampire.
So neither of them have double strike or first strike.
No, neither of them do.
So it's a 5/5 and a 5/5.
5/5 and a 5/6.
5/5 and a 5/6. It might just be smart to just swing everything at you and see what happens. So I have to swing something at Mike to get that extra +1 on everything. Okay, we'll do it this way. We will send Trynn at Mike and we'll send everything else at Mark. Trynn is a 3/3, but
Yeah.
you get +2/+2 from Adriana and +6/+0 from Shared Animosity.
That's 11.
11, yes. Commander damage.
Lovely. I mean, I don't think the commander damage is going to be relevant.
I don't think it is either. So, Mark, this is a 6/4 menace creature at the moment.
Okay.
This is, 12, 4,
Okay.
11/3, 11/3, 11/3, 14/6, and 12/4 first strike.
Well, I will block the. Is there one that was? What was the 14?
That's 14/6.
Yep, I'll block that with my flying dude. And the next biggest thing I will block with this vigilance guy.
Next biggest thing would be one of these two. I'll assume it's not the first strike one that you want to block.
Makes no difference if they're the same.
Well, one has first strike.
Yeah. My creature dies whatever you do. Oh, if the other one's only got 4 toughness. You said the other one's got 4 toughness?
Yeah, they both.
Okay, I blocked the one with 4 toughness.
Okay. They both have 4 toughness. The one without first strike.
Yeah, the one without first.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it really matters. I'm dead, but...
Which means if James wasn't out the game, his commander would come out of exile. Then I'll... Oh, also two creatures died, so it drains you both for 2.
Oh, I've just missed 6.
Then I'll play a mountain and move to end step, make a human soldier, and pass.
Showing off all your lands.
Well, I'm empty-handed, if it helps.
Probably doesn't.
I forgot you had a blocker, Mike. You could have blocked my commander and traded.
I could have done. I didn't really see the point of that.
5 toughness, you wouldn't quite have traded.
No, exactly. I'm going to call it there, mate. I've got nothing.
Yeah. Well, everybody said Mardu was a bad deck. Turns out it's not. Thank you for the game.
Yeah, good game.
Okay, I'm going to go get another drink.
Sure, good idea. I shall copy the idea. Hopefully, some of the working out who to attack can be edited out.
Anyone notice the frown face that I made out of my tokens?
I did, yeah. Almost mentioned it, but we didn't. But, we proved that Josh Lee Kwai is wrong.
Yeah, I mean, the deck that they banned from their table.
Yeah, they obviously banned it because it was too powerful.
Oh, that must be it.
Yeah.
Did he give a reason why it wasn't played?
Nope, they didn't even address
Well,
it.
unless you count their 4...
There's only 4 of them. Yeah, okay.
Where they literally criticised it every chance they got.
See, our excuse is that none of us bought the Mutate deck. So
No.
when you're not sponsored by Wizard of the Coast and sent the decks like 2 months in advance, that's a reliable excuse.
So what we're saying is clearly they only played the Mutate deck because they were sponsored to do so, and they are.
Ha.
Yes.
Is this gonna be a thing where each game we cast barbs at a different content creator channel?
Involved in a content creator war, and we're not even known by anyone except Adam yet.